What's up, you guys? So we are back. We're back with our weekly recap and review of the Real Housewives of Potomac. And we have a special guest with us today. We have Mims. What's up, Mims?
Hey, I was just getting the spirit. That
Yes,
music gets
yes.
you where you need to go.
Yes. Well, thank you for joining us. Mims has a channel. It's called Make It Make Sense on YouTube. So you guys make sure you subscribe to him. If you go to the description box of this video, you'll see a link to his channel, or you can just search in Make It Make Sense into the search bar and his channel will pop up. We also have the lovely Grace Report.
Hey guys, happy Monday.
Yes, happy Monday. I put hashtag messy Monday.
Oh, I love that.
Because it gets so messy with this show. And then we have the Kempire. What's up, Kempire?
Hey, messy Monday.
Yes. So we're going to start it off like we always do with, if you had to rate the show, last night's episode only, if you had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you rate it? Did you enjoy the episode? And we'll start with you, Grace.
It's so funny because I was watching the replay of last week's recap and Campfire said it. He was like, we do this every week and every week I forget to think of a number. Did you forget again, Campfire? Because I forgot as usual.
I literally just had that thought.
Here I am on the spot, like I don't know, a 6 or something like that. It wasn't oof. It wasn't that great.
Wow. Okay.
I feel you.
The first, because literally I had the same thought, Grace. I was like, damn, I forgot this is what we do at the top of this. But I have to say, I enjoyed this episode a little bit more than the previous episode. So I'm going to rate it an 8 this week, just because I felt like they were coming for Karen and Karen wasn't seeing it for them. And I feel like she still handled, even though she lost her cool last week and at the top of this episode, I still feel like she handled herself. I'm going to give her an 8.
Okay. What about you, Mims?
I'm going to give it a 9 because I was confused in the best way ever. I was like, wait, who's fighting? Oh, wait, okay, so y'all are fighting. Oh, okay, so Karen is changing the narrative so that y'all can fight and she doesn't have to fight at this dinner. I'm here for it.
Right. It was like everybody confronted everybody. I had to watch it twice to really get what was going on, but it was one of those episodes where we finally had the confrontations and everybody who had something to say to somebody else said what they needed to say. So I am going to give it, I'm going to say a 7.5, almost an 8. I would give it almost an 8. And for me, for this season, that's a lot because I haven't loved this season.
Yeah.
But it starts off, they're still kind of like finishing up what was going on between Charisse and Karen. Like it starts off where they're fighting, and I thought Karen was going to walk away when she got up. Did y'all think she was going to walk away? Like that was the end of the scene?
I thought she was going to get some
I
joint
didn't
cream.
think so. She loves a good moment. Karen does not back down for nothing.
Okay, maybe that was it. But she sat back down, and this is her argument. She says that Charisse is disrespecting her mother by bringing up the fact that she went to Karen's mother's funeral. By bringing that up on TV, it's like disrespectful. Do y'all agree?
Like that. I took it as if she felt as if Charisse only went to this funeral to get back into into the group to in order to start filming again. And that's what we've heard since Charisse has been off the show. We've heard countless times that she has tried to get back on this show. She's been at filming. They've edited her out. We literally in this episode get an never seen before moment with Charisse literally bringing up her mother's funeral as if it was like, I was the only one of this group that actually went to your mother's funeral. I feel like they were bringing out the receipts this episode, the editor. So shout out to them. I'm still over the dramatics though in between.
Yeah, I didn't like that moment because that's exactly what Charisse said to Karen. And it was just like, okay, what are you trying to prove? Are you trying to prove like I'm your only real friend? I didn't care for that moment. But what do y'all think? Mims, what do you think regarding that? Do you think Charisse went to the funeral specifically to get back like in the circle?
I don't know why her becoming friends again with Karen is her only pathway back into the circle. And I think that that's what everybody is trying to suggest. Karen nor Giselle, it's not like this show has a Nene, right? Nobody is definitively the star of this show. You have a lot of big personalities, Candiace, Giselle, Karen, but I still don't like the whole ageism thing. Like, trying to say that these two geriatric grannies were fighting really bothers me because, you know, Giselle was on the debate team with Frederick Douglass and she was in the track team with Sojourner Truth. At this point, you guys are all in the same age range. So
They are.
my heart goes out to Charisse, though, when I learned she lost like, what, 6 or 7 family members?
Oh, that was brutal.
But
Yeah.
I also don't put anything past anybody on this show. And she very well may have done this for the sake of developing a relationship with Karen and getting back on the show, which is sad.
I have a question for you guys. If someone you don't really rock with or not really necessarily friendly with comes to like a family funeral, like, are you okay with that?
I'm not. I think it's so tacky. It's so tacky. If you ask me, like, I see through stuff like that. I feel like it had to be a motive. Even if it was 4 hours away, to me, that doesn't make it genuine. Just because you drove 4 hours, to me, it's kind of like desperate.
It makes
And
me more suspicious.
yeah, it does. It makes me suspicious. And even though Charisse is friends with Robyn and Giselle, I still think she was trying to form a relationship with Karen for the show. I still think that.
Yeah, because look, she's been friends with Giselle and Robyn for forever, and they still wouldn't include her on the show. So she probably felt like, oh, I need to get in with this group still.
Yeah.
And Karen was the pathway in. And although there is no Nene of this group, Karen is definitely the most liked.
Yeah. I think the stars are Karen and Giselle. I think together, like, they're the Nene of the group. Like, they're what do you call it? Frenemies? I think that's the star of the show. Like, that friendship, that toxic friendship is the star of the show. What do you think, Grace?
You know, I was thinking long and hard about this because I feel like if you had a minor disagreement with a friend or something or a falling out, but they come, especially to make it such a long trip, I would appreciate it. And I think it could kind of jumpstart our friendship back on the right track. But considering what it is that Charisse had been doing to Karen, which was trying to break up her marriage by claiming she was cheating on her husband and doing all of this so publicly, I felt like it was kind of like, you have a lot of nerve. Like, if you succeeded in your mission to break up my marriage, I would have been here grieving my parents alone. That would have been like 10 times hard, grieving my marriage and my parents. So, like, it was icky for her to show up. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And stuck her head in the window. Hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh,
It reminded me of Bethany from Roni. You know, she got like Jill on camera for the funeral of her husband, Bobby, and never spoke to her again after that.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, though. In that particular situation, Jill would do anything to get back on these Bravo TV streets. Come on.
True.
All right, you guys. What's up, Potato Head? Thank you for the super chat. Potato Head, y'all can read what Potato Head said. All right, but I do thank you for the super chat.
I don't want any more problems with Mia. She has found my channel and she is not happy.
Are you scared? Are you scared of me?
She has found my channel.
Flag you or something?
No comment.
Okay.
Thank you for the super chat.
Yeah, thank you for the super chat. I don't like because she explained what happened with her skin and everything, and so I don't want to.
Did she?
Yeah, I thought she said she got burned. Her face is like that because she got burned when she was a child.
Oh, what's in her face? I thought it was like I don't remember now.
She said she was trying to cook something. Her dad was downstairs cheating on her mom, and she was trying to cook something, and she spilled it on herself. And I thought she was saying she spilled it on her face.
Oh,
y'all leave a comment.
Yeah.
Let us. Is that what she was saying? That's how I took it. But y'all let us know what she was saying.
Yeah. I mean, she's had a rough life.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of people have had rough lives. I mean, seek therapy.
Yeah. And you know what? If you can't afford therapy or you don't think therapy can help you, like, read books or something, like whatever it is that helps you, whether it's like podcasts, books, whatever method that helps you, do that. Like, do something.
I wonder if she has ever had therapy, because of all the things that she's been through, she should definitely get some. I mean, we all need therapy, but what she's gone through, I would definitely get some therapy.
Yeah.
She's too busy being the boss of a company that she doesn't own and her name isn't on.
Oh my God.
And had to move out of her rental.
After spending $70,000 or something on renovations on it. Oh my God, it just keeps coming.
Back to the apartment you go.
It keeps coming.
I mean, come on, let's be honest. That apartment is not shabby either.
Yeah, they're all beautiful. Trent King, thank you for the super chat, Trent. Trent is a longtime supporter. It looks like you got a new profile picture too. I like that.
I noticed.
Okay. Trent said, I think Charisse is the social climber she accused Monique of being. That's why she's so prominent in Potomac. She goes out of her way to do friend stuff. I was thinking that too. When they were like, Charisse is the real Grand Dame, and then Charisse was saying how she went 4 hours away to the funeral, it made me think she does that. Like, she works at that title. Like, she's a socialite and she works at it.
Especially now with Karen saying that she is the queen of Potomac and she's on a major platform with millions of people saying, oh, that's the queen of Potomac. Doesn't help Charisse's ego or reputation.
Yeah.
Empire, I swear I thought you were about to say, especially now that she doesn't have any money. That's where I thought you were about to go with that.
Ooh. Charisse said last night she got coins and they're not going nowhere. So she said she still got money. What?
She's not spending it on her fashion. Or those eyelashes.
Oh.
Let me move on. I wanted to wear lashes today. I could not find my lashes. So I'm triggered. So I'm going to just move on. I feel like
sorry, Layla.
But you know what? It was a lot going on in that conversation. And I'm glad they kept it going because a lot was coming out that needed to be discussed. I guess we needed to discuss it because it came out. I don't know if it needed to come out, in the group. But Charisse said that Karen went to rehab. She said she went to rehab. She didn't complete it. It was almost like Wendy Williams. Like, she went to rehab. She didn't complete it because her friends came and got her and they partied. And that's kind of like what happened with Wendy Williams. But do y'all believe that?
They've been saying it for so long that she has like some kind of a drinking problem that I wouldn't be surprised if she did perhaps go. But I felt awkward that it was put out there like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Almost to shame her for doing it. Yeah. I didn't like it. I didn't like, we love fun shade here. We do it all the time. But this is the second thing that's to happen this week in regards to the Real Housewives, where someone's using something very serious like this as sort of their comeback or their shade. I felt it was very irresponsible. And I'm sure anyone that has been to rehab was like, okay, am I supposed to feel ashamed that I went to rehab? At least I went to go get some help.
Exactly.
And now you're throwing it out there on national television.
Yeah.
I'm done with Charisse after that.
But I have a question. How does this rank beside the Sing comment?
Well, she backtracked on that. Remember, she said she didn't know what she was talking about.
That's the difference, right? That no one knows.
Where that came from.
Yeah. Yeah. She left it a mystery. Yeah.
Yeah. She never said, she never confirmed what we were, what we've heard about Giselle and that whole situation with Pastor Jamal Bryant.
This is why I have a problem with Charisse. I felt my heart went out for her with all of the deaths in her family. But then you do this, and it definitely signals to me why Karen doesn't mess with you, because you're waiting for Mad Day to just run down the list of everything you have talked to her friends about in Potomac, her ex-friends about in Potomac. And that is why Karen smartly has decided not to give her energy this whole season, because she knew what it was going to be with her.
Right. I agree with that. If you guys are watching, shout out to those of you guys watching and commenting, even the lurkers, shout out to y'all. I love lurkers. I feel like my channel is built on lurkers. So shout out to y'all. Make sure you thumbs up the video while you're watching. And I want to thank some people for their super chats. Dolce Delicious said, I'm so proud of Kinky Girl and her reading Ashley down in a classy NBA way. Yes. We're going to get into that because she did. And it was so true what she said to Ashley. Potato Head said, child, at this point, they collect rehab stints like baseball cards. And listen, I'm not playing with you, Potato Head.
Messy. Potato is living up to what you said. Hashtag Messy Mondays.
Come on, I do say Messy Mondays. Yes. And I don't even have to be messy. Y'all doing it for me. But she said Charisse needs a colonic. Possibly. They say, Yeah, but they say when that stuff like toxins build up in your system that it affects you. So I mean, maybe it's true. Maybe it's true. But I do think it's possible that Karen might have gone to rehab because I feel like Bravo was kind of like hinting at it a few seasons ago when she was drunk. I think she was drinking like fireballs downstairs on some trip.
At Monique's house.
Yeah.
Oh, at Monique's house. Oh, okay. And she was talking about Ray, and it was like, it made me wonder if she had a drinking problem. So I think it is possible that it might be true.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But you see what happens now. The fact that you even put it out there, even if it wasn't true, now it's been put out there, and now we're speculating, does she have one? And every time she has a drink, we're all going to be like, I think it's just irresponsible. I would never want to put that out there about someone unless we knew for a fact.
Right.
Or if they have admitted it.
Well,
Can we juxtapose that to Luann though? Because that is exactly what they said Luann did. She left rehab early because she said she had some Countess things to do. The difference between Luann and Karen though is the fact that Karen has really kept it together. If she does, it is something, extremely hidden and might peek its head out every now and then. Whereas Luann was like falling in the bushes. Karen has been very put together. And I would hate for anybody to put that out about her if it is not true. And even if it is true, it just felt yucky, for lack of a better term, hearing it. Like it was a read. Like people don't go to rehab and have these type of issues all the time.
No.
How you start is not how you finish. And Karen looks pretty good to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But just to be honest, she could be like a functional alcoholic to where you can't tell. Like a lot of people are like that. I know a lot of people, like even when I used to work at like a job and people would be drinking on the job, but you couldn't really, like they were still doing their job and she may be, functioning like a functional alcoholic.
Yeah.
But I hope not. To be Black Native. Oh, thank you for the super chat. She sent $20 and she said, "Hey y'all, Layla looks pretty, no lashes needed." Thank you.
Nobody mentioned my lashes.
We love your lashes, Mims. That's why you're here. That is why you are here. And then we have another super chat. Aaron Roseman, thank you for the super chat. Aaron said because the title of the video, it was so many accusations of home wrecking. He said the only home wrecker is the married man. Why isn't the man ever held accountable? Mia needs to STFU, and Charisse needs to come with better wigs. All that money, she said she got all these coins and everything. Why doesn't she have better wigs?
Her confessional wig, the synthetic, she can go.
I thought it was synthetic. You can always tell synthetic by the part, and I thought it was. Oh,
there you go.
Her lashes were better. I'm just saying, at least the lashes were better. The wig, oof.
I know.
Well, we talked about that, how you can't buy style. Like either you have it or you don't.
You can get a good stylist though.
Yeah, you could. But that means you have to admit to yourself that you need a stylist.
Giselle's is available.
I think that man, Cal, I think that's who styles Giselle. I think he does her hair and her style. So
the awkward silence.
Yeah. So after that, like I said, it's a lot of confrontation on this episode. So you have Mia and Jacqueline. They go back to, I can't tell if they're sharing a room or, if I guess they were in Jacqueline's room. And Mia kind of doubles down that Jacqueline dates married men, multiple men. Yeah, so it's not just Gordon, because Jacqueline was making it seem like Mia was referring to Gordon. And Mia kind of sounded like she was talking about many men.
Why did she even put that out there? Like it just didn't need to go there. Jacqueline didn't put out the stuff about her with Gordon until after that. So why even go there with your friend? Like when you fall out with your friends, which happens, you don't have to go that low, do you?
It tells you the type of friend that she is, though. That's someone I could never trust. I would never be friends with someone like Mia.
Right, when Mad Day comes and they tell all your business. Because now that's another thing where I feel like, maybe it's true. Like, it makes people wonder.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
I think Mia is the type of person who feels that she leads with her sexuality. So I think she thinks that anytime she talks about something very provocative on the show, it turns people on. And unfortunately, this is not the show for that. We don't want to hear about Gordon doing what he did to her on that beach while he was married. That is a turnoff. That's not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I won't go any further.
Are you saying that Mia should be on Baddies West on Zeus?
Is she D-class in the show? Is that what you're saying, Mel? I mean...
Don't sue me, Mia. I ain't got it. I don't know. I don't think, I mean, you guys can tell me. I don't think that this is the franchise for that. I mean, Karen says little things about, her undercarriage and moisture and things like that. And we're just kind of like, okay, she's being funny. But Mia really thinks that twerking and all those things are what we watch the show for. And it's not. It's not.
Yeah, wrong audience. Wrong audience. Wrong road. I need my gifts. Wrong road. Wrong road. Because like you said, it doesn't turn us on. Matter of fact, it turns a lot of us off. Like that picture of her and Gordon on the beach. Like,
yeah. Guys, what do you think her friend Jacqueline means? Like in that scene when she tells Mia for the second time that she sold her soul. I don't know if she said she sold her soul to the devil, but sold her soul. What do you guys think she means by that?
The network.
Yeah.
I think she means a reality TV.
Okay.
And I mean, if we really dig deep in that, did she really? Because she was making $400,000, which I'm sure is more than she's making on this show.
Yeah.
And I would not be surprised if the negative publicity that came from this show was somehow what caused her to get fired from her husband's company.
Yeah.
You wanted to be famous and now you have it and now you're making less money and you're back in the apartment.
But let's be honest. Mia can't help but be herself. I don't believe that it was just reality TV that has showed us who Mia really is. I'm sure Mia has done some grimy things to Jacqueline over the years, and Jacqueline has just sort of turned a blind eye. But now Jacqueline's on this show with her, so now everything's on a microscope. And I think that, and I also believe that these ladies were behind the scenes doing their own little dirty mess, trying to be in Jacqueline's ear about what Mia's saying and doing. So I don't think it's just the show. I'm willing to bet money over the years Mia has showed Jacqueline exactly who she is and what she values the most, and it's definitely not friendship.
Right. Someone told us last week, someone left a comment and they were like, well, Mia, because she grew up without it, Mia worships money, she prioritizes money, and now that she has money, was that you? It was you. Okay, well, here you are. It was you. Yes, that Mia expects people to worship money and worship her because now she has money and everybody doesn't worship money. I agree with that, Mims. It's sticking with me. I agree with that.
She and Ashley are similar in that case, right? They were both super poor, came up from really just bad backgrounds in general, and it shows in the way that they married. And
also daddy issues too. They both had daddy issues.
Yeah.
What did y'all feel about Daddy G comment when she was talking? Hey, Daddy G, I threw up a little bit in my mouth.
Yeah, it's so gross to me. It's so gross. I don't see it. Ooh. Grace, can I ask you, as the only other woman on this channel, would you ever call a man daddy?
No, I don't know why that is attractive to people. It just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been called daddy before, and I'm like,
oh, you didn't like it.
I hit that age. Oh, daddy. Am I supposed to pay for dinner now?
You are a zaddy, Kim Fire. You do give zaddy vibes. I'll say that. My daddy was zaddy. But yeah, I can't do it. I cannot do it. It's so why would you call? Why would I call you that? But thank y'all for the super chats. We appreciate them. Olsen said Mia was a bad friend for snitching, but Jacqueline looked corny for trying to pretend it didn't happen after the fact because Mia wasn't budging. She was not budging. She was like, what was the lie? She was not budging at all.
I believe her too. Do you guys believe Mia? I believe it.
I believe Mia. I mean, she lies a lot, but I don't believe she's lying here.
Yeah.
I don't believe Mia. I think she likes the fact that she can try to put what she has done on everybody else. Like, oh, everybody does it. I don't mind talking about that I was the mistress. Oh yeah, I'm like, even Kim Zolciak didn't throw around the word mistress like it was a badge of honor. Like that is just so lowbrow. And like, don't sue me, Mia. I'm really
the way you keep going at Mia.
Don't sue me.
It's all opinions. I don't like when people do that, like the reality TV stars. That's why I don't cover Love and Marriage Huntsville. Like, I believe there's a line. Like, people are allowed to give their opinions on the internet.
Wait, someone getting sued?
I don't know. But I know, like, I got that cease and desist from Martell, and it threatened, legal action against me, and I just don't like that.
Could he afford a lawyer?
This was many years ago when he was still with Melody, and
okay.
I guess at the time. JL,
I'm sorry to interrupt, but can you just tell us after the super chat, what did he threaten that for? Like, what did you do? We love the history with Layla's cease and desist.
Yeah. So I'll tell you. But JL said, I like that Mia spills her tea before anyone spills it for her. Jacqueline was an accomplice to all Mia's activities, so she's no better. Mia stays, and then I think there's a second part to that. Now, and that's the thing, because Jacqueline tried to spill Mia's tea that Mia was dating Gordon when actually they were both still married, and Mia had already spilled that tea.
Okay.
Thank you, Nikki, for the super chat. Nikki said Jacqueline did not want her business out there. Yeah, Mia had no place to say it. It was so shady to tell her to just own it. Maybe she's embarrassed. Now, was this a case like how they say misery loves company? Like Mia, was sleeping with a married man, so she's trying to say Jacqueline does it too? Like,
I have a little inside info.
Okay.
Jacqueline might be mad because Jacqueline is in a very committed full-term relationship. So the fact that Mia did that is really below the belt. Just because Gordon and Mia, look outside their marriage many times, doesn't mean that Jacqueline and her relationship have the same type of openness. So if you know that your best friend is in a committed, loving relationship, why would you do that to them?
Were they already in a committed, loving relationship before they got into it? And I'm just asking.
Let us know, ma'ams. You got the tea.
Don't sue me, Mia. That's all.
Is he rich? Jacqueline's man? Does he have money?
From what I know, Jacqueline, despite what everything on the show, Jacqueline is a degreed professional who does very well for herself.
And does her man do well for herself?
No, I don't know about the ins and outs of all of her. I can just say, from what I know, she's a degreed professional with a career.
Me too. How about that?
As Candiace said during her confessional, she knows hoes at the bank. She knows hoes at the table. So, Jacqueline, you could be a degreed professional and still be a what?
Or still have a baller as a man. That's fine. I feel like, why not?
I know that's right, Grace.
Work hard.
Why not? Yes. Thank you exactly for the super chat. She said Mia's lied since day one. Her tea is questionable. Now that is true. Mia has proven herself to be a liar. She doesn't remember things correctly. That is true. So it kind of makes me think that Jacqueline might have a married man, but then at the same time, you're right. Mia has been known to lie. Potato Head, thank you for the super chat. Potato Head said, one thing about Mia is that she won't lie about her Jezebel ways. Woo! Oh my God. Oh, legs open, gathering that Delilah energy. Get it, I guess.
No mention of a square reader, though.
One nice thing I will say about Mia is I feel like she has the best skin on vacation. Like her body, like she glows. She puts like this shimmer or something. I love it. I need it. Whatever it is she's using, I love it.
I bet you it's Fenty. I bet you it's the Fenty skin. Yeah, I bet you. I'm gonna look on Mia's page, but I noticed that too. But I swear I recognize it, and it's Fenty. I promise you. All right, so let me see. So Ashley
Oh
has
wait, somebody got targeted in your chat.
What?
Somebody is actually Q Delilah, and they want you to know don't blame the Delilahs on.
Oh my god. Let me see. Oh, I forgot. Somebody said, okay, Layla, enough distractions. We want to know about that cease and desist from Martell.
I didn't forget.
I forgot. I literally forgot. It was, I'll just say quickly, it was from Martell and Melody, the first season, and it was a news article, like local news, about Martell. And so I gave commentary. I put a screen. This is on my website, laylalyn.com. It wasn't even on YouTube because the show wasn't even like popular yet. But I gave commentary. I put a screenshot of the news article and I gave commentary on it on my website. And they sent me a cease and desist. Another copy and paste. I told you guys I don't like when people send me copy and paste cease and desist because then it's like you're accusing me of things I didn't do. And so the way it was worded, it was something about a forum. Like I started a forum and I posted in a group, and it wasn't a group, it wasn't a forum, it was my website, and it was just a copy and paste cease and desist.
Layla likes her cease and desist personalized, people.
Because you're threatening legal action. You're threatening legal action against me. So say specifically what I did. Don't tell me what so-and-so did on their blog or in their Facebook group or their chat. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what I did if you're going to threaten legal action.
So you want a Diana Jenkins cease and desist, where she goes back 12 years and lists every video, every blog post. Okay.
Well, Layla has that. I mean, well, Diana has that kind of money for real lawyers. I don't know who sent that cease and desist from Martell and Melody.
Well, it was probably them. You know what I mean? Yeah. They probably got the lawyer to write it for one person and just sent it to whoever, whoever talked about that particular.
Not a Groupon cease and desist. Not a Phaedra Parks Esquire cease and desist.
What a case.
All right, you guys. So then they have the yoga session with Ashley, and it's like suns out, buns out. Like everybody has on their thongs and stuff, and they're doing this yoga session. I think it was Kundalini yoga. Do any of you guys do yoga?
I love yoga. I do yoga weekly, but I've never done that. Never heard of that.
Yeah. I used to do it over the summer. I used to do it like 2-3 times a week with my instructor, but we never like what they were doing. We never did. It was never like that. But leave it to Ashley. But during that, Candiace and Karen meet and they talk about the situation going on with Karen and Charisse. And Karen says she doesn't remember banging the table, but she says that her and Charisse can be cordial. And then Jacqueline says that they move on from that. It's kind of like going back and forth. And Jacqueline says in her confessional that now Mia has changed, like what you were saying about money, Mims, that Mia has changed and that she's a different person now that she has money. And so do y'all agree with that? Do y'all think she ever was a better person than she is now?
I'm sorry.
People are different when they are in need. People are very different when they need you. And if once they don't need you anymore, then yeah, they are prone to change if that is who you are as a person.
But you know what? Mia has had Gordon's money for a while now. They've been married like 10 years, and I don't know how long they were dating before that. So if money changed her, why has Jacqueline stuck around these past 10 plus years? I don't understand.
I think Mia has always been who Mia is. I don't think she has changed. But look, we haven't known her. We're only familiar with her now for a year and a half. But I really don't believe that Mia was a better person before this.
I don't know. It seemed like she had so much trauma in her childhood that I can't even call it. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't call it. Thank you, JL, for the super chat. JL says, Mia stays bringing the heat every episode. I would rather her on the show than some of the snooze fear women like Wendy, Robyn, and Charisse. What do y'all think about that? Do y'all agree?
Valid points here.
Yeah. More than Robyn and Charisse. Wendy, I'm not sure, but I'm leaning towards Yes. She's just messier. You know, she gives us more in that respect. I like messy people who spill it all and have a lot to spill as well, I would say.
I like Wendy. When she's activated, she spilled a whole lot before that purse hit her. So, I mean, we're seeing somebody who had a glow up. We're seeing somebody who is a accomplished professional. She's somebody who actually owns her home. She is like a beautiful chocolate Barbie doll. I like her. And the professor thing wasn't really the coolest thing that first season, but who she is now, I think she's fun. I think she brings fashion to the show, and that's needed. She has her Hermes bag. I like her.
I like her too. For the show, I get what people are saying about Mia. I don't like that Mia got physical. Like, to me, I don't even feel like Mia should be allowed on the show. Like, to me, once it gets physical, it's kind of like it should be over for you. And so that I really like. To me, it's like cut Mia just for that alone. Like, I don't like that she got physical. And it wasn't even when she got physical, it wasn't even like a misunderstanding, like situations in the past. It was clear that she chose to be physical. And so I don't even feel like she should be on the show.
She wasn't even sorry. A month later, she still hadn't apologized to Dr. Wendy Asepo.
Yeah. And they said there was a group chat. And I guess maybe if you all have iPhones, you can do this. If you all have an iPhone, you can remove someone from the group chat. And it'll be removed from everybody's group chat. And she removed Wendy, and then she apologized to the rest of the girls.
Layla, you're an Android girl?
No, I have an iPhone. Listen, my family, no, it's my family. They got me in all these group chats, but it's like, oh my God, it's
wants to be removed.
Yes, I do. Me and my cousin be laughing, like, take me out, but you can't take us out because it's too many like Android people in the group chat. But you know what? It's all love. My aunt started a group chat, my aunt and my mom, and they're doing their thing when it comes to technology.
Do they send a daily morning hello and then a prayer? Because that's what my mom does in our group chat. And she expects that you read the prayer and respond to it because it's a different prayer every day.
Yeah. It's a lot going on in the group chat. It's a whole lot in our family group chat. I don't even talk anymore. Like, I don't even post.
They attempted to put me in a group chat of my family.
Can you reject?
You didn't want to be in? You didn't want to be in the group chat?
No. I don't text like that either. Like, there's a handful of people that I'm communicating with like that because I'm busy. But a group chat is annoying because if my notifications are going off, it's going off on my wrist. It's going to go off on my computers. I'm all into the Apple hemisphere. So I don't need all of that. Take me out of the group chat. I don't want a group chat. I don't want it. If you need something very important, you know how to get in contact with me. Take me out the group chat. And I don't want any group messages of prayers and no offense to Mim's mom. I don't want any of the prayers and nothing. Pray for me in real life.
Yeah. Yeah.
FYI, I was just joking about the Samsung. People are up in arms. I know that's the biggest debate in history, to Apple or not to Apple.
Oh my God, we have some team Android. They say the majority of people are Android.
They are.
Yeah, I just can't do it. Yeah, this is what I've done. I've just muted it. I've muted it and I don't respond to it.
For that either. Because then you know what it is? You still see it. You still see that there's an actual notification or something there. And I'm like,
Yeah, it doesn't bother me as long as I don't hear it. It doesn't bother me seeing it later. That doesn't bother me. But yeah, you guys. So they go to the cenote on the bus ride to the cenote. Well, first of all, let me ask you guys: have you been to a cenote?
No, but I want to go.
No, and I was wondering, is that the same one that Kung Fu Portia went to with her family on the other side?
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Not Kung Fu Portia. Oh Lord, I'm using that. Thanks, Grace.
You see people down alleys like a ninja.
She's another one. Yeah. It's like they belong on a different show. Like, to me, the people who get physical, like, be on Bad Girls Club or something. Like, we say Bad Girls West.
Baddies West.
Baddies West, South.
The only reason why that's even in my head right now is because I saw it as I was swiping through Instagram. I saw the preview for it. And I was just like, what in the?
Yeah. Well, I just want to take a minute. Thank you to the 1,300 people in the chat. Make sure you like this video, give it a thumbs up. if you go to the description box, open the description box, and it's a link to Mim's channel, Kempire's channel, and Grace's channel. And make sure you follow all of the guests we have here today. These are our friends to the show, and we definitely want to make sure we support them. So make sure you follow them and keep up with their content.
And I hope you've hit the like button.
Yes, I hope so.
Hit the like button.
I see some like angry, like some people, I guess this is on Facebook, like they're mad, but
the reactions.
Yeah, like they're mad.
Like, what are they reacting to? What are
Yeah, it's something in the show, you know. But yeah, on the bus ride to the cenote, Robyn, she doesn't want to tell Karen or anybody when is her wedding date. And to me, it makes it feel like Robyn has something to hide. Like, why is your mom, like your own family, not invited to your wedding? What is going on?
And they're in Jamaica with you for this brother-in-law wedding?
I was surprised that Giselle wasn't invited. I'm less surprised that the mom wasn't invited and more surprised that Giselle wasn't a part of the wedding.
Because she did help pick out the ring. Yeah. So, and then later, we could just say now, as far as Robyn's wedding, she said her brother-in-law is getting married in Jamaica. So they're just going to get married like after him, like the next day.
I don't like that. I find that so tacky. Even if you keep it a secret, it's tacky. It's my weekend. You know, like, I don't like that. Ugh.
Why does Robyn do that?
Because it's not happening. She just wanted to give an answer. You notice when she was first asked, she didn't want to say anything. And then all of a sudden later, she had an answer.
Yeah.
It's money. She
Money.
didn't have to do 2 trips. And she didn't have to buy a full cake. She can just go buy 4 pieces of cake and then pass it to Juan and the 2 boys.
Oh she wouldn't even buy cake. She'll take it from the wedding. I bet.
I get in trouble every time I mention the fact that Robyn and Giselle, not only when they were forced to buy their own, you know, pay for their own trip to Andy's baby shower, they literally chose to go together. They chose to get in one room. They didn't even get 2 beds. So when presented with the opportunity, wait, that's not tea. They said it.
We talked about it. Yeah. They slept in the same bed.
I knew they did that for another trip when they left early, but for Andy's baby shower, 2 grown-ass women chose to have the same bed. That's weird to me because I travel with my girlfriends all the time, but we prefer to have separate beds. We'll share a room, but have separate beds. Oh.
And I prefer a separate room. Let's be real.
I prefer a separate room, but...
And we know Robyn is very what did Giselle say? Giselle said she's very regular. So she should have her own room.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I'm gonna go into the thank you for the super chat, AJ30. Oh my God, Robyn and Juan are already married. LOL, it's all a sham. You know what? I think so, because remember when they showed the court documents, or not the court, the real estate documents for Robyn's house, and it said she was a married woman. It made me wonder, they say they got divorced, but what if the divorce, like, did they never finalize it? Because something about this marriage is so secretive. And even when they had like one of their children on the show, even the child was kind of like confused. And it made me wonder. It just made me wonder if their divorce was ever finalized in the first place.
I think it was. I do think that the divorce was finalized. I think it's just murky because Robyn, what she accused Karen of this week of being a BSer, is really the BSer. So I was like, the audacity to say this about someone else, and you're over here pretending about this fake marriage. I'm so glad for Karen's confessionals because she's speaking for all of us in those moments. Like, girl, shut up.
Amen.
They don't have to prove it to me, because something is not right about their marriage or wedding or whatever it is. Something ain't right. Something ain't right.
I have a question. What's happening first? Robyn and Juan getting married, or Kenya and Mark getting divorced?
I hope so. I feel bad for Kenya. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
I hope he doesn't try to take that house.
Well, he already tried. Like he said, and then, you know, it didn't help Kenya. He said something about that being the marital residence in court. And then it didn't help that Kenya was on TV showing like, these are Mark's clothes. This is Mark's closet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he has already tried.
Yeah.
She talks about him like barely ever living there. Like they were married for like 2 minutes and he rarely lived there. He was always living in New York.
Right. But remember, she tried to prove that they were really married before he came on the show.
Yeah.
And her proving that, like, it didn't look good. You know, I know.
I love Kenya. She deserves whatever rich man she's dating now.
Yeah. Yeah. Are y'all watching the Kenya on oh my god, you gotta watch Empire. What is it called? On like the
Special Forces.
Special Forces. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Yes.
They try to get me to promote it.
You didn't want to promote it?
I just didn't have the time. It was right before I was leaving for Denmark. I was just like, I don't got time to do this. Sorry, y'all. But thanks for reaching out.
Yeah. Okay. Next time, send them a link. Send them a link to my channel. I'll promote it. It's so good.
I didn't think about it.
I love like military stuff. So they arrive at the cenote and mosquitoes are everywhere. Like they're biting everybody. Karen says her nose is swelling. And then they go to lunch. And this is where kind of like some tea starts to come out. Because like I said, they're confronting each other this episode. And so Ashley and Candiace are having a conversation because throughout the season, we've seen Ashley kind of make it seem like Candiace's husband, Chris, was saying or doing whatever to Deborah. And Candiace tells her, the energy you have in your relationship where you have to see, if your man is cheating, you want people to tell you, is not the same energy in her relationship. And that's when someone left a super chat earlier and was saying that Candiace gave Ashley an NBA read. What did y'all think about that moment?
Toxic notes.
Yeah.
And trust issues. Completely one of the most educated, well thought out reads I had heard in a long time, to the point where Ashley, who is extremely good at a clapback, had nothing to say. I'm not a big fan of Ashley, but what I will say is in that moment when Candiace delivered that well-played read and Ashley had to acknowledge that there was some truth to that, that is what I've been wanting from Giselle since season 1, where she can say, the reason that I interact with you girls like that and talk about your marriages so much is because of what I have been through, at least to some extent. She'll never give us that, but I had to give Ashley kudos for that, because it takes a strong woman to actually say, yeah, some of those things that you said, although they're hurtful and horrible, are true, and I'm looking in a mirror.
Interesting. What do you think, Grace?
I felt the exact same way. I was like, Candiace, way to get her together without getting to the point where it's like a screaming back and forth. It's just, listen, all is toxic, quote unquote, love. That's not even real love. And then you find real love. So you don't, have these kinds of suspicions and think that it's normal in a relationship. And it's crazy because it applied to Giselle as well. And it applied to Robyn as well. And they were quiet. I wonder if they took that in, because that definitely applies to them.
You know what? I hope they took it in, but they always disappoint us. Charisse, yeah, that was another toxic marriage.
I think the reason why they were so quiet was because her read was so defined and so well spoken that it went over their heads. I think they were just like,
hope not.
Because she's not screaming and yelling and saying anything. She's like, well, this is what you have. This is what we've seen, but this is what we have at my house.
Right.
And they were just like, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And that, you guys, was a classy
like,
read from Empire.
Yeah.
That's what I got from that moment. I was just like, I think this went over their heads. This is why, because you're right, Mibs. I feel like Ashley normally would be like, oh, but no, I think it really went over her head.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, it's another dinner scene. Towards the end of the episode, it's another dinner scene. And sometimes I almost hate when they sit down to eat, because it's like, oh my God, the food looks so good. They're in Mexico. This is like an amazing moment, but they always, have to bring the drama. And so they're at their wedding. I'm not the wedding, but they're at dinner. And Robyn is again talking about her wedding, how she's basically going to backdoor her brother-in-law and use the opportunity for her. Did I say that wrong?
Classy read from Layla.
I think I said it wrong.
No, you said it right. I was like, that's perfect. Yeah,
okay.
Back for the wedding.
Okay. And use that opportunity for her wedding. And I thought when she first said that, I thought that meant, because all the family was going to be there. But then she clarified, like, the family is still not going to be there.
It's just weird.
It is. But they have to like kind of like convince her to have a bachelor party, and she finally agrees to a bachelorette party. And
More screen
Robyn?
time for her in this fake wedding that's never going to happen. That's why she's like, all right, I'll do it.
it's something wrong. I'm telling you guys, if I could get a tea, I'll get it. But it's
I
something
wonder what kind of
wrong.
dancers will be at that bachelorette party.
It will be Mia. Mia, you know, you heard what Candiace said. You can take the stripper out. Mia
Kinda fun.
bringing it back. She's gonna bring out the gowns for this.
I'm sorry. I told Grace I would be appropriate. I'm sorry.
You know, I've been to
I'm loving this.
I've been to bachelorette parties with male dancers, female dancers, and I guess you would say drag queens. I was about to say trans, but not trans, but drag queens as well. So I feel like
Wow,
whatever the party is.
You've really been to eclectic parties. I've never been to a bachelorette or bachelor party.
Really?
Nope.
Yeah.
Really, Grace?
I don't think I have been either.
Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah.
And
We
Layla,
haven't lived.
Y'all got to get into it. Get into it. I've had people get mad at me. Like it's so much. People get so in their feelings when it comes to like weddings and stuff like that.
And funerals.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't like how they keep talking about Karen's mom's funeral. Thank you for the super chat, Mrs. D Green. Love, love, love Candiace's read to Ashley. Defend your marriage grown lady style. Did you catch that, Giselle and Robyn? That's exactly what y'all were saying. That they might not have. It might have gone clear over their heads. You can go ahead, Grace.
Oh my God. You know, it came to my head. Sorry, you guys. I was like, it probably did go over their heads because like we were talking about this earlier before we started rolling, but Giselle, for her to have the audacity at that table to be like, I couldn't sleep. I had a hard time this morning because Karen, you were assassinating Charisse's character. Girl, is Giselle's whole MO on this show is to assassinate characters and try to destroy marriages and families. So yeah, she probably doesn't see, you know, herself in this stuff, even though it applies to her, which is sad.
Yeah. If anybody needs that mother's prayer memes, it's Giselle. It's Giselle. What's up, Potato Head? Potato Head said Ashley should have packed up her sponsored toys and gone back to the bridge and tunnels after that. Oh my God.
The sponsored toys.
I will say, just really quickly, that Giselle has been very vocal recently about the fact that she is just doing what she's supposed to do. She is telling people when things go wrong in their marriage because they should know. But I always juxtapose that to Monique telling her everything that Jamal was doing and her saying, I don't believe you. On that reunion, she was very clear that even though Monique had the man's phone number, all the text messages, oh, I don't believe it. But you want and expect that Wendy, Candiace, they are supposed to believe that everything that comes out of your mouth about their spouses. So that just it's not fair. It's not a fair response from somebody, because if they believe and trust their husbands, why should they believe what you're saying? Because when you were presented with information, you were mute. Is that his number? Yes.
Right. That's all she gave it. No energy.
I agree.
I already read that one. That's the one I just read. AJ 30 said, thank you for the super chat. AJ said, you can tell that Candiace has been working on herself because she realized that she didn't have to give a read to make her point. She's happy. Yeah, it was kind of like almost like matter of factly, but you know, still thoughtful. It wasn't like, you know, an in your face type of read. It was just like, you know what? You're in a toxic relationship, so that's what I expect from you. But I do hope that one day, you know, you have a normal relationship. Yeah, I definitely appreciated it.
I wish she had like a cup of tea. Like, I wish she just had like a Dr. Heavenly mug with coffee and then sat it down and then did a head tilt. That would have just been everything.
Yeah, it would have. What did y'all think about at that dinner? You know, Karen Giselle. Giselle makes this announcement that she feels like Charisse is the queen of Potomac. And it's almost like she's trying to trigger Karen. She says she doesn't like, she called it a geriatric fight the night before, but then she tries to trigger Karen, in my opinion, by announcing Charisse is, in her opinion, the queen of Potomac. What did y'all think about Giselle saying that? What did y'all think about that moment?
She did that on purpose. As soon as she said, first of all, her bringing up the conversation about how Karen assassinated Charisse's character after Charisse literally says that Karen was in rehab.
Yeah.
Come on.
Thank you.
So her calling Charisse the real queen of Potomac, she knew that would trigger Karen. And that's the only reason why she brought it up. But you saw Karen reacted. Karen didn't get the big reaction that Giselle was expecting.
Good for Karen. Yeah.
That's growth.
Yeah.
That is the reason why I rated the episode lower, because I felt like by this moment, Giselle and what's the other girl's name? The Robyn. Yeah, I was like, what's that dog's name? Robyn. I'm sorry, I can't remember her. But I felt like at this point they were bullying Karen. It came out of nowhere, and it's just such a dumb thing. Like, Karen came up with a name for herself. It's not an official, regulated something that other people need to be mad about. Like, Charisse can call herself the Queen of Potomac, and Karen will be the Grand Dame. Like, just this jumping in on her thing. I didn't like it. It just felt like really nasty and mean girl and just like dumb at their age.
Yeah.
Can I point something out really quickly?
Sure. I
think that this show doesn't necessarily have a group of friends, right? Because anything that Giselle says, Robyn piggybacks on. The Geritol comment at that reunion, right after that was said by Giselle, Robyn piggybacked on it. At this table scene, they talked about geriatric, Robyn piggybacked on it. In the moment that they were saying that Karen went to rehab, a real friend would have stepped in and said, you crossed the line. She didn't have anybody there to really defend her in that moment. And even with this situation, like you said, if she had a real friend, somebody would have said, well, sure, you can be the queen and she'll just be the Grand Dame. But in all honesty, the Grand Dame is still selling stuff. Can we buy any of your cosmetics, Giselle?
You guys, I made a purchase this morning. I bought Karen's candle. I bought the 3-wick candle. Because she was selling the 4-wick for like $130. And then when I looked at the other products, the 3-wick was only $44. So I was like, of course I'm going to get the 3-wick.
She should have sent you that for free.
Pardon?
She should have sent you that for free for the promotion you just gave her.
I don't mind. Shout out to Surrey.
Well, you know what?
People hate on the country. I told you. I'm not going to get into it, but people hate just because Surrey is like a kind of like country area. People hate on it. It's nothing to hate on. Some areas are cities, some areas are country. Like, what's the problem?
She put Surrey on a map.
For some people, yeah, she did. But it kind of in that dinner and in the previews for next week's episode, you kind of see it's more Robyn coming at Karen than Giselle. And so Robyn keeps saying, even throughout the episode, like, people are going to figure out who you are. They're going to know that who you present yourself to be is contradictory to who you really are. And it's getting weird to me. It's getting weird with that.
It's going to get really, based on what we're seeing, heated between Robyn and Karen, and they're filming the reunion this week. So I can only imagine.
Yeah.
I feel like her special friend Giselle put a battery in her back. This is not who we've not known. They're very close. We've not known Robyn to be this person. So everything that she's doing to bait Karen into an argument, to me, that says she's either trying to save her job or Giselle has told her to step up her game, because that is something Giselle would say, or producers, not necessarily Robyn. I liked Robyn. Robyn was like the down to earth girl from the beginning. So to see where she is now,
she wasn't down to earth. She was broke.
Is that why she was relatable? You know, they used to say she's a relatable queen. Is that what it is? Like,
I can't relate to it. I'm joking. But I would say she was never down to earth. She was just always this mean girl. It's just she was broke before. And so people like conflate that with down to earth, but she was the one holding the pizza. Remember Karen's parents were dying. Giselle comes up with this nasty like pizza man prank to see if she's living in that house. Robyn was the pizza man. Like she told
Yeah. It's like she
and
has
this is why I love Grace.
Yeah, we love Grace.
Gotta tell
She
it.
tells it like it is. It's like Robyn has no main character energy. Even having a wedding right after somebody else's wedding, like everything she does is really like Batman Robyn. Like she really plays the second fiddle, and it's weird to see on television like this. And I don't like it. But at the dinner, they talk about how they were uncomfortable with the previous night. And so Karen apologizes. She apologizes to the group for her behavior. And Candiace says that kind of triggers her. I think because at one point, Monique apologized to the group, but not to Candiace in particular. So Candiace says that kind of triggers her. And that's when we realize that when Mia apologized to the group via text, that she took Wendy off the text. And then Mia and Wendy have a conversation. And Mia says, okay, I'm sorry. Did y'all believe that Mia was actually sorry? What did y'all think of that moment? No?
Anytime somebody has to actually bait you or goad you into an apology, don't give me that apology. You can save that. You can continue sleeping with all of your friends, homegirls, boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever y'all have going on. Wendy was absolutely right. If I can't get physical with you, I am going to try to destroy you with my words. And that is what we saw. Moreover, in that fight sequence, nothing that Wendy said reigned untrue. So Mia, you talked about it on the next episode with Karen. So you're fine with saying that you messed with Peter's girlfriend. So why is it bad that Wendy said it at a table when you said it on national TV?
I want to know what happened between her and Peter's girlfriend, because she keeps saying she slept with Peter's girlfriend. But Peter, when he said it, he said she did something bad to his girlfriend. So I want to know, what did she do? I want to know what
she did. What she did to Jacqueline. Turned on her.
Oh, you're probably right. You're probably right. Let me see. I was trying to click on these super chats. Give me one.
Who is that? A praying mantis? After they sleep with their mate, they try to destroy
their head off.
Yeah. So that probably is what happens. Thank you, Miss Nikki, for the super chat. She said, do y'all remember in Karen's confessional? I have to sneeze. She said the reason Robyn and Giselle stick up for Charisse is because Charisse has something on them.
Mm-hmm. She did say that.
Yeah. I liked that confessional because she brought that up. And then she also said that she sees her friends who stood by as the rehab accusations and stuff were being thrown out there, and none of them defended her. I was like, that seemed to be like a pivotal dinner for Karen to really, be like, all right, I see you all, and none of you guys are safe and off limits at this point.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Oh, go ahead.
I have a question because this literally just worked up in my head. If you bring other women into your marital bed and you know that your husband left his last wife for you, do you think that Mia could have some jealousy? Like maybe he was just a little too into the last one, and so I want to, get her away because Gordon is known to cheat on his wives, and now I'm his wife. So who's to say that the next one won't be my replacement?
Oh, like she does it because she has to do it because that's what she married into, but she sabotages it so that he doesn't. Yeah,
leave her for a younger, newer model.
Yeah,
for the love of to get home from Amy Robach.
Campfire. Honestly, I wouldn't
Classy
be surprised. I always feel like the women convince themselves that they like this, because you never hear about like these relationships where they sleep with a bunch of men. It's always, oh, we sleep with a bunch of women and I love it. And the guy just so happens to be rich and have all the power. So I'm like, And I knew a couple like this in real life, and it was the same dynamic. The guy was rich. The girl, she had nothing. And they just like had this open relationship. And it's like, do you like this? Or is this what you're doing to keep a roof over your head, to keep like luxuries? It always kind of makes me feel conflicted a little bit.
Grace knew Ashley Darby?
I knew a girl like Ashley Darby. Yes.
It's a lot of girls like Ashley out there.
Yeah.
They're just trying to survive, you know?
And the thing is, the guy even bought her a restaurant, just like Ashley Darby's sugar daddy bought her a restaurant. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Grace, stop playing. You know Ashley.
Maybe. You know what it felt like too, though? It felt like Mia was pulling a Karen. You know, Karen was doing the "don't talk about my mom" thing to kind of get a conversation away from somewhere as a smokescreen. I felt like Mia was doing that with Wendy, where she was like, "You called my husband gay." No, she said that you guys sleep with men and women. Stop it.
Yeah. I thought that was not what Wendy was insinuating at all. Yeah, I'm glad
you know.
I could
Anytime
see
Wendy
being
speaks
that tight.
over her head, so Mia can't keep up with what Dr. Wendy's talking about, and that's part of the reason why when they were in Miami, she got physical with Dr. Wendy because she couldn't handle her verbally.
Yeah, that's what normally happens. They say that's what happened with Monique and Candiace, that Monique couldn't come back to what Candiace was saying, even though Candiace was just joking. And that's why Monique got physical. Some people, if they can't do it verbally, then they do it physically. Shout out to Priska. Priska said, so Robyn has everything in her phone but the wand/roommate allegations. It's a lot in that phone. It's a lot.
Is that why Robyn went blonde?
Goddess Isis, thank you for the super chat. Goddess said, y'all, I swear Giselle pinged the Grand Dame season 1. Now, what does that mean? Ping.
I want to know too. Does that mean like she read her number, got her slip, like she knew about her? That's what I know.
No, I think that's what she called her season 1. Giselle was the one that was like, "Oh, you're the Grand Dame," and Karen took it and ran with it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Now she's.
So I think she meant pinned.
Okay. And she's taking it back. Giselle is a mess. Her and her husband, they're just a mess.
Oh, shots fired. What did Jamal do?
Well, his team put a copyright strike on my channel. That's what he did.
Oh.
And it's not him. I keep saying it's not him. He gave me permission. I DM'd him and he responded, gave me permission to share something. But then I got a strike a few months later, maybe like a year later. But I really think it was his team. Shout out to Mrs. Green. We love the multiple super chats. We love it. She said, in my opinion, the beef started when Karen called Robyn out for flip-flopping between Charisse and Giselle during season 2. Robyn is still not over that. Karen called out Robyn for flip-flopping between. I know these ladies do not like each other. Like Charisse and Giselle, Charisse and Robyn have their own issues. And they're bringing Charisse on the show to start something with Karen. But they also have their own issues with Charisse that they're not talking about this season.
Misty Green, I think that Karen has successfully shut Robyn down like for the first 3 seasons. I talked about it yesterday. I loved the read where her and Robyn were going back and forth, and she was like, "Robyn, I knew from the beginning, my love, I don't need a lesson, and you wouldn't be the one to teach it." And Robyn just sat back and said nothing. Like, Karen has gotten Robyn together in such a, smooth way so many times that maybe now Robyn is just like, okay, I'm going to try to get you back.
Yeah. Shout out to Shirley, you can't be serious. Thank you for the chat. She said, it's weird because if Peter did not like Mia, like Wendy says, then does that mean Peter used Mia to get on the show for promotion? It's possible, because he likes to promote his restaurants and stuff. Like I could see him doing that.
Yeah. When they're open.
When they're open. When they're open. When they're open.
Oh my God, you are so funny, Mims. And I'm loving all the support and love for Mims in the chat too.
Yes.
Well, my people know I support all 3 of you guys. I've been following you guys for a minute.
Thank you. It's definitely appreciated. If you guys are just joining or if you somehow missed it, these are our friends to the show. We have Mims, Make It Make Sense, Kempire, and Grace Report. There are links to their channel in the description box of this video, so make sure you follow them and support them. What are you guys looking forward to on the next episode?
I want to see the picture. I was going over in my head all the men with blue eyes. I was like, we got Terrence Howard. Is it Terrence Howard?
Yeah.
We got Jeremy Meeks, Prison Bae. All the black men with blue eyes is who I'm trying to envision who Karen is seeing.
I think it's a white man.
I think it's a white man too. But yeah, me too. I want the photo. I want the fight. I want to see the accusations about who Juan actually is with. Maybe Karen has a photo too. Maybe she has a video. Maybe she has text. Who knows?
We all have video. We've been seeing Michael Darby for years.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I'm looking forward to Karen talking about all of what we've been talking about in regards to this whole situation with Juan Dixon and the many women allegedly that he has in the DMV area.
Young women. Yeah. All right, you guys. So I appreciate you joining us today for our weekly review and recap. Mims, I don't know if it's something you want to say. You look a little.
No, Kempire's classy shade kills me because he does it and he does it with a straight face, and you're like,
Yes.
wait, did he just?
Yeah, it's actually really cute. Yes. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us. We do this every week. Next week we will be on Grace's channel. No, Kempire. Okay. We'll be on Kempire's channel at Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you join us. And thank you again for all who watch, all who commented, all the lurkers, and the super chatters. Thank you again for supporting all of our channels. Bye.